are going to be talking about, well, all the books that I read in June and my July TBR. So let's get started. The first book I read was Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, and this was fantastic. It was amazing. I love this book. My friend Jalen and I actually read this together. She read it first and she said, "You need to read this," so I ended up reading it like the next day. It's about Knox and Naomi. Naomi runs out on her wedding day and she goes to a small town and she meets Knox, and Knox is this very, very grumpy person. And it just goes through, you know, their struggles and their lives and how, you know, they interact. I don't know what I'm saying. Very small town romance, grumpy sunshine trope. Oh, I know. So then Naomi has a twin sister, and her twin sister is very evil. And so evil, in fact, that she just leaves her 12-year-old daughter with Naomi, and now Naomi has to figure out how she's going to take care of this girl and figure out her life in this small town with these people and all of that. And if you know Lucy Score, like Lucy, the way she writes is she like sprinkles the stuff in intermittently. So it's not all like, here's what's happening here, here's what's happening here, here's how we wrap it up. It's like, here's what's happening. Oh, but wait, remember this part? And we're going to sprinkle it in like in the last half of the book. So it was good. I liked it. I ended up rating this a 4.5 stars. I might bump it up to a 5. I'm not like, the more I think about this, the more I remember how much I loved reading this and how much I loved being in this world. This is the first book in the Knock 'Em Out series by Lucy Score. Then I read The Goal by Elle Kennedy, and this is the 4th book in the Off-Campus series. This one was about Tucker and Sabrina, and again we have this unexpected pregnancy with these college kids, and it's their senior year of college, I think. Sabrina gets pregnant. They have to figure it out. They're enemies, 2 lovers with an unexpected pregnancy in there. And it just goes through, you know, their life, how they figure out how to deal with this pregnancy, how to graduate from college, what comes after college. He's from Texas originally, and she's from the Northeast states. And so figuring out where to live, how to raise a baby, how to do all of this stuff. It was good. I ended up rating this one a 3-star. It was just kind of like middle of the road, take it or leave it, you know. But I wanted to finish up the series, so I read it. Then I read Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score, and this is the 2nd book in the Knock 'Em Out series. This one is about Nash and Lena, and Nash is Knox's brother from this book. Nash is a cop, and Lena, I still don't know what she does. She's some sort of bounty hunter, CIA spy person. But anyway, she comes to the town of Knock 'Em Out, where Nash is, and they just, you know, they meet, they figure out what's going on. I don't want to spoil anything. Like, this is no spoiler, so I don't want to say too much about it because it like kind of just jumps right into it all. And especially like, you need to read this one before you read this one because things happen here that form the plot of this one. So I don't want to say too much, but it was good. I did like Things We Never Got Over better. I like Knox better than Nash. But anyway, this was still a 4-star. It was good. I enjoyed it. And I'm excited for September. The 3rd book in the series comes out, and that's about Sloane and Lucian, and they're friends of the characters here, and I'm so excited for it because I feel like it's going to be a 5-star. All right. Then I read Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. And this one is about Nora, and she is a screenplay writer, basically for like the Hallmark Channel. It's called something different in the book, but it's basically Hallmark, where we all know how Hallmark movies go. You have, you know, your setting, you have a small town and a big town, and they go to the small town and they figure out how much they love it, but then they have to go back to the big town and they realize how much they miss the small town and the small town people and the guy or the girl who they fell in love with. So anyway, she writes for that. And then there's Leo. He is an actor, and he's actually acting in one of Nora's screenplays, in one of her movies. But the catch is that this movie it's not like your basic Hallmark storyline. It's about her divorce, basically. and how she dealt with that and how she processed it. She wrote a screenplay about it. It's being turned into a movie. Leo is the actor who's playing Nora's ex-husband, if you follow my drift here. And they're filming in Nora's backyard. So they filmed for about a week, and then after filming is done, Leo talks to Nora and says, can we make a deal where I stay with you longer? And I'll pay you and all of that. And then so they he ends up staying longer, and there's a whirlwind of a romance, and you see how it all ends here. This one was good. I rated this a 4-star as well. Cute, light, fluffy. No spice in this one. Then I read When in Rome by Sarah Adams. And this one again, cute, light, fluffy novel. No spice in this one. This one is about Noah and Amelia. And Amelia is she's not an actor, she's a singer. Yes, she's a pop singer. Her car breaks down in Rome, Kentucky, this small little town. There's like no Wi-Fi or anything in this town. No cell service. Sounds beautiful. Anyway, her car breaks down in Noah's front yard. Now, Noah, being the kind gentleman that he is, offers to take Amelia in, give her, a place to stay while her car is being fixed. And then Amelia, she just wants to block out all of the Hollywood distractions that she's getting from being a singer, and just wants to live life in this small town with Noah and with the townspeople and with Noah's family. And it's great. It's cute, it's light, it's fluffy. It's, a nice, easy summer beachy read. I ended up rating this one 4 stars. And then I proceeded to jump right into, I can't reach them, Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, which is the sequel to When in Rome. So this one is about Annie, who is Noah's sister, and Will, who is Amelia's bodyguard. So Annie owns a flower shop in, the small town, and Will has to come because Amelia is there. So as her bodyguard, he needs to be there protecting her. And this one I liked. I think I rated them both 4 stars, but I think I like this one just like a smidge more, like a 4.25. I liked Will in this one. He was great. He knows how to communicate as a man in a relationship, which was nice, because some of these books, there's miscommunication and it just makes it bad. He knew what Annie needed. He helped her out. He knew, he was there for her. Annie, on the other hand, she was a little childish at times. It does portray social anxiety, which was nice, because as someone who has social anxiety, there was a lot of relatable things in here. It was good. 4.25 stars on this one. During that time, I was kind of going through my Harry Potter era. Again, I finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which is the first one. We should know what this is about. It's, Harry, he meets Ron and Hermione, he goes to Hogwarts, he does all of his Hogwarts things. This is his first year there. So yeah, easy peasy, simple book. Obviously, it's a 5-star. We all know that. Then the last book I read in June was my thriller for the month, Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. And this one was good, but I figured out the plot twist in the first third of it. So when I knew that, I'm like, do I want to finish this? And I did finish it. Because I needed to know if that was actually the plot twist, and it was. But just knowing it wasn't as suspenseful and as thrilling as it would be if I didn't know that. It was still entertaining. It's about Laurel, and Laurel's daughter goes missing when she's 15 years old, and then 10 years later, there's new evidence that resurfaces and stuff, and the case is back open again, and it goes back and forth between Laurel's now perspective and the then perspective, and it's dual POV as well. But knowing what was coming, knowing what happened, it was still entertaining, but it was I rated this one a 3-star just because I knew what was going to happen. So that's it. Those are all the books I read in June. 8 books. It's pretty good. Lots of light, fluffy romances to, kick off summer. Now let's talk about July. So I already have my books picked out for July because we are going on vacation later this month. And I have books that I've been saving to read at the beach, because I know they're going to be good, beachy reads. The ones that I know I'm going to be taking on vacation with me are The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. And I think that this is a young adult romance. I know there's no spice in it. It's about Meredith, and she lost her sister 18 months ago and just shut down. And then they go on their annual summer vacation to Martha's Vineyard, and she hangs out with her family. She plays this game and meets someone, and it gives all the beachy summery feels. So this one I'm definitely taking on vacation with us. Then the next one is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. And this is her second book. I read, Every Summer After, back in like April or May. I forget when. This is her newest one. It's Meet Me at the Lake. It is about, I actually don't know what this is about. I know people have read it. It's okay, people have said. But I'm hoping that, with the lake feel and the beach feel, I get into the vibes and I enjoy this one. Then I'm going to take The Beach Trap by Allie Brady with me. And this one, I think, is like a parent trap type thing where there's two sisters, they don't talk to each other, and then 15 years later, their dad suddenly dies. The girls discover that he's left them a joint inheritance, which is the family beach in Florida. So I'm assuming that it goes through, probably dual POV or dual timeline or something along the lines of what Kat and Blake do with this house and do with this inheritance. And then the last one that I know I'm going to take on our trip is Silver Girl by Ellen Hildebrand. And I had actually wanted to take a different Ellen Hildebrand book, but the more I looked into it, it was like the third book in this little trilogy, and I didn't have the first two, and it was just a whole thing. So instead of that one, we're going to take this one. And I actually don't know what this one is about. So I'm just going to read this, and then I'll tell you about what it's about in my July wrap-up. How about that? Because I don't know what I just read. There was too much going on there. So those ones I know I'm taking with me. Then there's a couple other ones that I do want to read in July. I want to read If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. And I know this one is a sad book. And I want to I want to read the sad book in the summer because that's just how it's going to work. The sad thing happens on the first page. So you're prepared, but I'm still a little nervous to read this because I don't like sad books. But I've heard it's really, really good, so I do want to read it. So we're going to do it now, where then I can read the happy books and put myself back in a happy mood. And then the last one that I have on my TBR is The Spanish Love Deception. And this has been on my list like for months now, and I need to read it. This one was like a big book talk book back like a year ago, and I'm just now getting around to it. So we need to read it. It was about Catalina. She needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially when her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. So I'm guessing it'll be fake dating. And y'all know I like a fake dating trope. So this one will be good too. So Isaac is forcing me to pick because apparently it's his favorite part. So we're going to hopefully hope for a summer book because it's July. This one, I'm dropping them. We're gonna do this one. We're going to put these two back. This Summer, Everything Changed. Oh, it says summer in it. The Summer Everything Changed by Holly Chamberlain. When Louise was living in Boston, small town. This is another one where we were married and we're blindsided by something that your husband does, and she goes to a small town and she lives life in her small town. So this will be good. This is a nice little small town summer book, hopefully. All right, that's what I'm going to be reading this July. Let me know in the comments what you are going to be reading in July. Then I hope you keep reading because I know I will. Thank you for watching. Messy Reads.